Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Against the Grain podcast. I'm Rosie, and today I'm here with...
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Elena.
And today we're just going to be talking about serving the church and I guess what it means to us. So we're all seniors in high school, and I think we've all been doing this for Elena and I about a year. Sarah, how long have you been serving?
I started, joining J Kids when I was in 5th grade.
Yeah.
But I have a little bit of a journey with finding where my heart is in serving. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we all do Elena and I do the same thing, but I thought it would be interesting to hear a different standpoint and kind of just what you do. So Elena and I both do J Kids, and we love it there. But Sarah, do you want to talk a little bit about what you do?
Yeah. Like I said, I kind of been a little bit all over the place starting J Kids, and then I did the table, which is our cafe here at Calvary. But I guess when I was a freshman, I kind of found where my heart is with the media team and learning the cameras, and all that stuff. So it's really cool to capture moments where God's moving here.
It's fun because you're a little behind the scenes.
Yes,
so
definitely.
We're definitely in different aspects.
Oh,
But that's I think what makes it more fun to talk about,
definitely.
things like that. So what made you guys really realize that this is something you want to do and dedicate your Sunday mornings to?
I think once I started last year doing VBS, and once I realized how much I like spending time with kids, because I have always liked kids, and I just think that it's really pure seeing kids love Jesus and proclaim that. It's just so precious, and just I don't know, I always had a desire to just help out. And I feel God really put that in my heart to put other people first. And when you have so much joy from God, you're I don't want to keep this to myself, and that's why people serve. That's what we're called to do. And I don't know, me and Rosie started doing it, and it just became kind of our thing. And every time I leave feeling so full. Yeah. It's just amazing. And I just love it. It's just it honestly is so rewarding, and just knowing that I'm helping out the parents and the kids and being at the church more. I really just wanted to be here more. Yeah. I want to spend as much time as possible here. So yeah.
I think for me, I've always taking pictures and taking videos, but I didn't realize that could be an avenue of serving. So when I was a freshman in high school, I saw Dan and all these really, really talented people we have here at church, and I kind of just wanted to learn from them. And over time, I guess I developed I guess the Lord, that was one of my gifts, and that was really cool to be kind of brought out into a way of serving. 1 Peter, what is it? 4:10, says, as each has received a gift, use it to serve one another as good stewards of the Lord's varied grace. So that was really cool that I was able to use that.
Yeah,
and
use
serve
your
here.
gift and serve. Yeah. I agree. Same thing as what Elena said. I've always just had a heart for being around kids and helping out. Anything with babysitting, that was just my favorite thing to do. And so being able to help hang out with the kids on Sundays, but also seeing them learn about God and just hearing and reading stories, things like that. It's just it always filled my heart and made me so excited. And knowing that I guess for us and everyone down in J Kids, it's we're helping them learn more about God and planting seeds in every little one of them. And that's just the sweetest thing ever to me. How has serving kind of changed your walk, or maybe changed your perspective about or your walk with God?
I think it's really just seeing God move through those ways, even through little kids and stuff, and just putting down a sacrifice kind of, because waking up early and everything, and it's just changed the way that I viewed my relationship with God as not just a one-way thing, but it's I'm not just receiving, I'm also giving, and it's just opens up so many new perspectives to see God moving, not in only your own life, but in so many other people's lives, in families' lives, and in kids' lives. And I feel it's really just opened up more ways for him to speak to me and show me my passions, because it really has showed me how I guess I do well with kids, and again being able to use that as a gift.
And I was gonna say again, everyone has different gifts, but you are so good with the kids. And it's just I can see God working through you as you work in them and plant seeds. And just even with the all the babies and the preschoolers, because we're usually in pre-K, seeing them recite like the songs that we sing, even if it's just like from memorization and just like, you know, like muscle memory, like they are still picking these things up, like they don't forget them, and even when we ask them questions, like they can answer them, which I think is amazing. You know what I mean? Like they're learning so much every Sunday, and if we can just like be like help them like a little bit, remember one thing every Sunday, like that's a win in my book, and that's a win.
Yes.
For
and
God.
the parents are so thankful. Also seeing that, like the parents are so thankful because they bring their kids to J-Kids so they can go to church and enjoy some time. And it's just like, it makes you feel so good, but also it's just like being obedient to God. Like, do I want to wake up early every single Sunday? Like, not always, but like it always feels worth it afterwards.
It's definitely rewarding.
It's so good. I think for me, it's like you sometimes in church, like you don't need the lights, you don't need the cameras, like that's all kind of added. So like, I guess sometimes with media, it's like, do we really, is this even worth it? But I found it's really cool to see like we get to capture when God's moving and like have that documented, which is so cool. Like honestly, I mean, maybe it's just me, but like I will go back and watch the live stream and like listen to the worship and see like
I do
throughout
that
the week.
Especially, or if I miss like the service, like I know that it'll be there, and that's literally you guys using your gifts and giving back to God.
So I enjoyed that part of it.
And I think also like even like something silly and simple as like seeing like Instagram, like
Yeah,
people were like you guys take those pictures, and like we wouldn't have that, like we wouldn't see the way God's moving and like see all those things if we didn't have like you guys doing that.
It's definitely cool to capture those like holy moments.
No, that's awesome. So I guess what's it like a typical Sunday, because you know most people I guess just come to church and they don't really see the behind the scenes or what time we have to get here, things like that. So I guess for us, like what is a typical Sunday kind of Sunday in the life?
Well, me and Rosie, I mean, I'm sure it's very different from like what you do, but usually we'll do like since we have 2 services, we'll do like 9 a.m. J-Kids, and then we'll stay and then go to like the 11 a.m. service. And it's just like, again, like it's so nice. Like some people might think it's so long because sometimes we end up spending 5-6 hours here in the morning, but like I just love spending time here. Like I would spend all day here if I could, and just like being in this environment is just like amazing. Like I don't know, it's just so well.
Can't walk out feeling any way but
like
happy.
This church like feels like home to me. So it's just like, so yeah, Sunday morning we'll do J-Kids. We do Bible songs with the kids. We do lessons with them. We play with them. We have like fun things for Easter, whatever like event is going on. I know Nicole and everyone does a great job setting up like amazing things for them, and there's always like structure with the lessons and stuff. Like they are learning things. Like there's always a message going out to the kids.
And I also feel
it's
like,
great.
Like the kids want to go to church. You know what I mean? I think that's so important. A lot of times, like especially at school, you'll see like preschool drop off. It's like parents will be like, it's a nightmare. Like my kids don't want to go in. But I like half the kids at J-Kids, most of the kids at J-Kids, they just run in and they're so happy
when
to
they
be there.
have like a connection with you, like when they start to know my name,
special.
and like it's just so like I just love them. Like I look forward to seeing them.
And like I feel like it's rare, honestly, on a Sunday that like maybe a few times with like new, like you know, it's like a less familiar place and like newer kids that like haven't been there as much. Usually they all like they're just excited to be there. The parents are like, okay, bye, see you later, and then you know they're playing, and it's like awesome that they feel safe, and it's like, you know what I mean, this should be a safe place of shelter, and like it is for them. I think they see that too from such a young age, and like to be able to give back to God and like glorify Him just through like these little babies, like, that's amazing. So how about you for?
I mean, it really depends on the Sunday and what's going on.
I know you're here sometimes like way before we are.
But other times I'm here 15 minutes late. You know, like it really depends. But for media team, I really am just like sitting there and watching the camera for an hour and a half. And sometimes it does get really tiring because like I have so much caffeine and I'm like shaking, but I have to like just sit there and like sit still.
I don't think I would be good at that.
But yeah, I really just sit there and I like will track the pastor and like the worship team. So that's
so cool.
Sunday.
It's like fun seeing you like with the camera and stuff like that.
I look so stupid up there.
No, you don't. But I was gonna say like that's like your gift from God. You know what I mean? And like I mean, you have so many gifts, but like in that way, like I couldn't do that. I would not be good at that.
I cannot deal with the kids, so that's your.
See, that's why
guys,
everyone,
like, you have so much
everyone
patience.
has different gifts from God, and I think that's so beautiful and amazing.
I agree.
How like we all like how He works through all of us in different ways.
It's
and, like,
that's what I mean, seeing it in so many different ways, because like there's some like being like the main teacher of J kids, like I don't know if I could do that. Like they're like really amazing at that, and like I don't know. And also it just takes so many people to put on church, especially being in, like a bigger church.
Like even for me, I feel like sometimes I'm like, wait, just because I like serve in like a tiny branch of like, you know, helping out downstairs, like
there's
I don't
so
even
much
see
going
the
on
behind the scenes of what you do and what's the cafe and what, let alone the pastors. Like I can't even take credit for
so
any
many
of that.
people, and that's why it's so important to serve. Like I know everyone is called different. Even like one classroom, we have like 5 people in there, and there's like a bunch of different classrooms, and all the filming people, all the people at the table, like there's
like
just
the table people. They got here at like 4:30 a.m. on like Easter. That's insane.
Yeah, it's like it takes so much. People don't realize how much it takes to put it on.
The rest of the verse that 1 Peter 4:11, I guess. It says, in order that in everything God may be glorified through Jesus Christ, to Him belong glory and domination forever and ever. Amen. But like literally in everything we do to glorify God, right? And so like I think waking up and like being tired and like giving like sacrificing like our Sundays. Sometimes even on Easter I was like telling Elena, I was like, we've been here longer than a typical school day, but it goes by so fast, right? And it's so enjoyable and rewarding. Like it's like a long day, but it's just like knowing that it glorifies God and like we're giving back to Him and like literally planting seeds and making heaven crowded. Like that's all we want, and that's, you know,
and also just giving back to the church, because I feel like it's just like I've been going here since I was a kid, and like I know you guys have it too, and I just feel like it's just been, I mean I know it's God, but like just having this church here and like all the people here are just so wonderful, and I'm like, wait, I want to like be that for other people and also just give back to a church that is like given so much.
Agreed. Another thing going off your point is that like I think sometimes we think of worship as like just like this time of music and like raising our hands, but worship is serving, or I guess serving is worship. And so is like eating at dinner with a group of like with community. That's also worship. When it's like when we're giving it all to God. And so I think another thing I realized in serving is that like you get such good community out of it.
You do.
Because like here I am working with like adults at in the media team, and you guys are working with, I mean, I feel like adults. You're also
I was gonna say like we have all these connections like where we're like friends with the adults, but I love it.
Younger than you are also doing J Kids, right? Like
there's all kinds of people. Anyone can serve. Like literally anyone can serve.
I mean, think about Fiona.
She's how old is she? Like
she's so young, and she's literally serving kids that are maybe 40. Like I don't know. I mean, they could be like more like younger than her, but like seeing like kids from just or Savannah. Do you know Savannah?
I don't.
Okay, well she's like what, maybe in 1st grade, 2nd grade? I don't know.
And since her dad's involved, she's
but
like
it's just like
involved.
You know, they're like serving from such a young age, and it's amazing like to see them also working and like 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds. Like anybody from any age can literally.
I wish I did sooner, like, because like I said, I've been going here for so long, but like it wasn't as consistent, but getting involved was like the best choice I actually ever made, because as soon as I started, like obviously coming to youth group, but as soon as I started serving, I met a ton of people, made so many connections. Like that's even how me and you got closer, and like that's how I got implemented into this church. Like it's not just I was like, oh, why don't I have friends? Like, well, because you don't like you gotta like get involved, and now I'm friends with people of all ages, and it just got me so involved in the church and made so many amazing connections, and I have so many people that have my back also too.
Exactly, and like we have so many, all of us have so many people we can talk to, and like it's just.
I think that's just even like an encouragement. Like we go to a big church, and so I think if you're just coming on a Sunday morning, like it's gonna be hard to make connections.
And it looks like it can be overwhelming.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely,
But getting connected in those smaller avenues, like where you're called, whether that's worship team or
I mean it takes time, but like I said, like it took me so many years, and like I don't think there's a rush, and I don't think doing it out of like feeling like you have to is like it's more of like when God God's timing, and when God puts it in your heart.
God will call His people in the right timing, right? Like it's always like just whatever happens is always meant to happen. And so I feel like even for me, like serving like Easter being the most like chaotic Sunday last Sunday, but I knew I was like, this is like I want to do this every Sunday.
Oh yeah.
And like right away I just was like I was willing
it's
to
just like sacrificing.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. And it is so worth it.
Yeah,
I don't think there's ever a second where I'm like, it's not worth it. Because seeing anyone literally like praise God is just It's a win in heaven. It's a win in our book. It's a win to God. Yeah. But I feel like that just covers, like, you know.
Yeah, that was great.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to come out on Wednesday nights at 6:30 for youth group and Sizzling Summers starting soon. So get ready for that. Thank you guys for joining us and have a good rest of your day.
Bye.
Bye.